Here you go. Watch this. Watch this. Is there audio now?
Can you guys hear us now? Hit me with a comment. Let me know you can hear us now.
Is there audio right now?
That's crazy. Is it all right now, guys?
Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay, we're back.
All right, you have to do the roll call again.
The roll call all over
you
again.
got to do the roll call again, fam.
Can't disrespect the audience, fam. Shouts out to Jack Scam, Mr.
Let's
A,
go.
Bruce Kai. You men are done for.
I see it.
Trust me, Bruce Kai, top surface X-Fighter right there.
Come on.
Base the Kid, another surface X-Fighter right there.
Base the Kid is coming over to my platform, fam. He's coming back, fam.
Shouts out to Rocky Ali. Shouts out to you men are done for. Vibes FC, Eagle Eye Football, Joseph Oki.
Let's
Kudo,
go.
Jack Scam, who else? Doughboy J.
All right.
Ash, big up Ash.
I see you.
Who else we got here? I'm gonna get through. Alex Williams.
Let's go.
Tenga. Yeah, mate. Yeah, we go. We're here
you see,
now.
I fast with Bradley as well.
I fast with Bradley.
I just got to plug him still because he's doing something with his family later on today at 8:30, fam. People can't leave the show, but go and watch it after, fam. It's a live stream, bro. It's getting in deep, bro.
Nah, I fast Bradley just commented testicles, bro. I don't understand what that comment has to do with anything that starts at 8:30.
You know what? That's what you gotta say to people like that.
OTC's currently dealing with a pending arbitration that, you know, unfortunately we weren't able to get out of. So he'll be here. We just don't know exactly
OTC is doing. He's got arbitration, because it was very mad. It was very mad.
Yeah, last week there's a lot of basically what Ash did in the comments.
Yes,
he said that there was use of some illegal comments. I don't know how it worked out, but he said there was like an egg weight comment.
Egg weight comment in egg weight
and
form.
He said there was like
which rattled him.
Basically, they did the autopsy of OTC.
Yep.
He said that like there was some illegal activity that resulted in that win.
Okay, so again, Southern, is he gonna defend the Southern area title?
The Southern area title fight will be.
All right. There's so much to discuss today, bro. There's so much to discuss. Can we get into it?
Yeah.
Can we talk about what we're here for Monday Night Smoke?
I think we should.
All right. So listen, we're just gonna flick over right now and let's just get into it because you got the videos.
Yeah.
You got them. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, listen, it's been a mad week.
Yeah.
It's been a mad week.
It's been a very crazy week.
Let's go back further than this weekend because something's happened, bro.
Something's happened.
Slowly, she looked a little worse for the wear on the stool after 2 dominant rounds from Elkin. Claresa Shields gets a little confidence boost as she heads back, and that right hand is going to help it as well. Elkin with a takedown attempt.
She's in deep, and now Shields has got a nice sprawl. She's got her legs back. She needs to learn to let her feet slide.
From the top, Claresa Shields continues to pound away at the head of Brittany Elkin. This is where Shields should try to get back to her feet. If she can disengage, I know she's landing some big shots, but
those are big shots right there.
Oh, boy. And the referee steps in and waves it up. Claresa Shields, the gloat, successful in her MMA debut with grand.
Bro, I'm here to say this. Can I just jump off the ledge?
Claresa Shields, bro.
No, let me say this right now. Claresa Shields, and this is what I want to talk about today. I will say she is one of the greatest, in this time, because look at what the people have been doing. Boxers have not been going into the MMA, fam. They've been taking man out of the MMA, because they don't want to be in the choke. They don't want to be in that armbar, fam. They don't want to be in the
They don't want to get kicked in their legs or their face.
And what did she do? She stepped up. The GWOAT, fam. Greatest woman. I'm just going to call her great. It's not even going to put the woman on there. Right now, is she the most decorated fighter today? Claresa Shields. That's the question I'm asking. Because she's done something that Mayweather won't do. She's done something that who else won't do? Dylan, as much as he talks about it, he ain't going to do it. Who else we want to put in there?
There's a lot of men that talk
about it. There's a lot of men that said they're going to come to
MMA.
They're not coming.
They're not stepping over.
They're not stepping over, but crazy. One woman did. The GOAT, Claresa Shields. I'm ready to have that argument today.
Cool.
Let's go.
In some weird world, like there was a celebrity card that took place last week. Lamar Odom, fam, NBA player, NBA championship player, by the way.
Bro with the Lakers.
Lamar Odom, fam.
Lamar.
I mean,
the height differential on this one.
When we look at the life that this man has lived, and we're like, right, this guy won a championship, dated a Kardashian, had a boxing match. It's getting crazy. Look at this, bro.
You know what? His bucket list is crazy.
This is, it's. Nah, not Aaron Carter with the backward.
He done a spin. He done a 360. Chocolate dough. This is a mess.
They got Big Chuck out here, you know.
Hi. Anchor. What song does he have?
Any like a Backstreet Boy or something?
Oh, we'll go into that. We'll go into that.
Oh, that's mad.
Shit.
Nick Carter. Okay. So he's the brother of a Backstreet Boy. He's not even got no music of his own.
Nah, yeah, they like. Come on, let's talk about this.
Flip's sake. Huh? This is crazy.
Yeah. Swear down.
Bro, I mean, I didn't even know he could hear us. This is nuts. So this is the brother of Backstreet Boy, fam.
It is a brother of a Backstreet Boy.
I didn't even know this.
I didn't know. Wait, so they can fully hear us, yeah?
But the maddest thing is, I saw an interview where this guy was talking the most crud, bro.
Yeah.
About his 6 Dan martial art, this and that. And he's coming into this fight to give us what? spinning back punches. What the hell?
He's 6 Dan. But what you have to understand is celebrity boxing, there's ways to do it and there's ways not to do it.
Bro.
That there
Listen,
is how it shouldn't be done. But I want to hear from you guys. Are you sick of this? But there's
toxic.
more.
There's more. Of course there's more.
There's more. We won't stop there.
So there was a YouTubers versus TikTokers.
Yeah.
That card happened this weekend.
That card happened.
Like, so basically.
But wait, Travis, let me say this now because you know I got my ears to the streets with the youngsters.
Go on.
I was talking to the youngsters. I said, yo, do you lot pay attention to that card? They said, I stayed up. I got this. Like, I'm telling you, you know that generation?
That was a big night.
It was a big night. They said they couldn't miss it. They didn't go bed. I'm just telling you right now, I spoke to a lot of teenagers and they said they stayed up for that whole card.
Anyway, I mean, obviously KSI's brother, Deji,
man. Deji. God bless me.
It was really, I mean, look it for yourself.
It's mad.
I mean, first of all, he started the round and he just took a knee off his own accord, like just walked out and took a knee. I don't know what goes through your head where you're like,
sometimes you gotta take a knee, bruv. Like,
but fresh out the corner.
You know when you just decide, I must sit down.
He said, "Nah, I need a break." Still, that's too soon.
But then he just started to.
He comes in scrapping. He comes in scrapping.
There you go. Let's go. And they're just hitting air right now. It's air punches. There you go. But Deji closes the distance. He wants to get into this.
I said he closes the distance. You mean he stumbled forward?
Listen, if you close the distance, you close the distance.
He stumbled forward.
All right, here you go. Now let's go. He's gonna get into it. I don't know what the other kid's names. Hacker. That's it.
Man like Hacker.
There you go.
Let's call him Haymaker Hacker just to sort
Yeah. Listen, Hacker's got him on the ropes now. It looks dangerous. This ain't good. From KSI's little brother.
Snap.
KSI's. Oh my God.
Standing 8 count. And he looks grateful for the break. Look how tired he is. This is disgusting.
Jesus, help me. Please. Can this fight end now?
He doesn't have the same engine as KSI.
Get back in there.
This is where it gets techie though. It's like, when you're...
Listen, because
Listen.
You know when your mum beats you and she talks to you through the beating as well?
The syllables. This is... I mean... I feel like we had to talk about it just because it was boxing and we are a boxing podcast.
Yeah.
But real boxing also happened this weekend
Let's
as well.
go.
Alan Babbage, and I gotta say,
that's savage.
I always look forward to whenever this man fights. I love this guy. I'm a Babbage fan.
It's the pillowcase special, bro.
Listen.
You just gotta go to sleep after that. It's the dreams.
He said, what?
Nah. You know you gotta do Gabrielle. Dreams can come true. Is that
the eye patch?
The eye patch. He needed the eye patch, bro. After that knockout, bro. Dreams.
That shot was just, God, I love Alan Babbage, bro. And then this one's very interesting.
Go on. This pissed me off.
Let's look at
the referee that's corruption.
The referee had money on this result.
No, the referee.
He said, you think you're stopping this? I'll get out of it. Throw the towel out. Let's keep going. You can believe in your bro. I've never seen a ref get that low in his face on some. Yo, look, mate, honestly. It's my count, not actual seconds.
I'm really tired.
I know. Look, I know. Just relax. Stand up.
But I'm actually tired.
Feel.
Should I
see
get up?
How you
all
feel.
All right.
See how you feel. He took one body shot. I was like, no. I really feel like I'm done. I could not believe the sight of this, bro.
No, but this is what I want to ask right now. Yeah. Oh, and then there we go. We got like retirements coming through.
Yeah.
We got retirements coming through. Povetkin. Round of applause. Hit a round of applause for that. Povetkin. Oh, big announcement pending. Game #game changed. I'm telling you right now, I've heard in the streets.
What's this?
I've heard in the streets,
yeah,
that certain fighters are not happy. I've just heard in the streets.
Okay.
All I'm saying is I've been paying attention, because I'm you know how it goes. I've only got one. I had one fighter. I'm now fighterless.
Oh, you're talking about MTKG situation.
MTKG stable.
Oh, yeah.
Big announcements could be pending. I'm hoping
there's no
it's
announcement
the announcement that I'm looking for. Yeah. Don't forget tomorrow, bro. Wilder, bro. Press conference. Fury. That's gonna be.
It's gonna be hilarious.
That's gonna be fireworks. So today? This is what I want to talk about right now. Let's go. So Monday Night Smoke topics are. This is it because a lot's happened in boxing. Sky versus the Zone.
Yes.
Yeah. This is it now. There's a question to be asked. What you lot saying? Is it team Top Rank or team Matchroom? And is it actually a good deal for Matchroom? Matchroom have left and gone to the Zone. Are people gonna pick up and just go to the platform? You know how there's been different versions of YouTube.
Yeah.
We're all still on YouTube, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Is this gonna affect the fighters?
We say Daily Motion. You ain't got the Daily Motion.
I ain't got the Daily Motion, fam. Wait, hold on. There's topics. I don't know. I'm not even seeing the comments right now. What's man saying?
Man say KG Aaron, fam. Bob KG. KG Aaron. They're not respecting you, fam.
I ain't got no fighters, fam.
You're Frank. No. Frank and Bob, fam.
There you go. Hold on. Let me quickly get through these topics then. There you go. Is Claresa Shields, again, I want to hear from you lot. Is Claresa Shields the greatest right now? Is she the most decorated boxer of this time? And is she the bravest? That's the question right now. We want to give it up for Povetkin. If you're a Povetkin fan, please call in. And then we got my man as well.
Who?
Billy Joe Saunders that tried to skulk out, bruv.
He tried to sneak
out. Not on my watch, bruv.
Nah.
Listen, the only way Billy Joe Saunders is going to leave is if we hear it from the African man. Get right up here. That's the only way.
Billy Joe try to come back with the safe media PR written explanation about the stoppage.
Yeah.
Nah, big man.
Nah, cuz.
Nah,
I want a video.
Too much has gone on. And also, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Talk to me.
I don't know what a face is supposed to look like after they've had reconstructive cheek surgery in it.
Yeah.
But he don't look like he's had no surgery, fam.
He's saying like Megan Thee Stallion.
So
after the gunshot win, people are like, she can still twerk.
You ain't about to get those jokes off. No, we're not doing that. All I'm saying is this: face surgery should at least be like. And the maddest thing is, the first video that he did, he was driving, fam,
with the broken eye.
So you mean to tell me you had strong eye surgery and you're back behind the wheel of a whip? I didn't even know.
Surely there's got to be regulation to.
I didn't know you could even fly with that type of surgery. You know what I mean? So you mean to tell me, boom, reconstructive face and the air pressure is not messing you up on that flight? Come me, I get headaches and a bit of earache when I fly, you know? That's what I'm saying. Let alone a bone is trying to recover in my face. But he's back behind the wheel of a car. A couple weeks out from the surgery and the Canelo fight. Do me a favor. Get out of here, man. You man ain't thinking. That needs to be at least a 6 weeks break before you hit the video.
I'm telling you, operating the machine.
You can't even go and look on cough medicine. Don't operate heavy machinery. Most of us don't even think about cars when it says heavy machinery. All of a sudden it's like, I don't even drive a forklift. It's like it's nuts. It's nuts.
It's all right. Get out of here, man.
So listen, we're gonna open the lines up right now because this is not added. The math ain't mathing,
The math ain't mathing.
The link is in the chat right now.
The link's in the chat. Let's go, man. Let's talk because there's so much to discuss.
Man said, "Yo, straight from the operating table. It's fine. Where's my car keys? I'm ready to fly tomorrow night if it's available. Get out of here, bro.
Get out of here, man." All right, people, let's go, man. We got Ash.
Chat. We got Ash.
All right, cool. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna be on bringing people. 1 second, let me just make sure. You're gonna be on bringing people in, yeah, and I'll be on the.
Cool.
Yep, let's do it. There you go.
What's happening,
Ash?
Big up you, man. Have you not seen the press conference? You guys need to watch it back. Just watch the short bit of Conor Benn on stage today.
Don't worry, we got that. We got that.
What on today? On stage today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch it back on IFL or something like after. But yeah,
I have to.
They love that joke. What was I going to say? Firstly, Billy Joe,
Yep.
Who's actually going to miss Billy Joe from boxing? How many entertaining fights has he been in? I can maybe count like 1 or 2.
This is
Like,
it.
the fans won't miss Billy Joe. He can't even do homecoming because he's got no fans here. Maybe 100 or 200 people will turn out. But there is no homecoming for Billy Joe.
Oh my days.
Nah,
It's
Billy
done.
Joe is just, are you like surprised with the way he's trying to just kind of announce the retirement? Remember, even with the announcement, he went to Facebook, and I just thought that's a weird place.
Who goes to Facebook?
That's
This
a
guy
weird
tried to
thing
put
to
it on his
do.
dad, you know.
That's the most silent press release you could ever hope to release if you put it on Facebook.
But yeah,
This guy tried to put it on his dad, saying, "If my dad tells me, then I'll retire." No, bro.
Oh yeah, he's
You don't
definitely
want it
retiring.
anymore.
yeah,
He said, if my dad tells me to retire, then I'll retire. Leave it out. Nah, that's dead.
yeah.
The last thing I was going to say, just quickly on. Firstly, where's OTC?
OTC is
I heard he failed a brain scan.
No, it's wow. Failed. Listen, there's basically an arbitration going on. I think your legal team's going to be in touch basically because of what the comment that you put into the chat last week.
Bob Arum energy. I know the verdict already.
Oh, listen, he said he knows the verdict already. Nah, OTC is moving crazy. He even came on. I was in a football show the other day, and he still was just as mad in football, fam. He came on my platform and said, "Listen, I think we should drop Harry Kane and start Ollie Watkins, fam."
Ollie Watkins,
you don't even know. You probably don't even know who Ollie Watkins is.
That's just
but you understand dropping Harry Kane is crazy.
Still mad.
The crazy thing about that is Ollie Watkins ain't even in the squad.
I hate him.
Listen,
he's a joke.
OTC will come again.
Yeah, he'll come again.
But anyway, back to I want to ask you this question. Sky versus DAZN right now. Yeah, top rank versus Matchroom. What are you saying? How does it look? What's the future of boxing looking like? Are you excited with these changes? Talk to me, bro.
The future of boxing is what AD's doing right now. I'll tell you what. Top Rank, out of the big 3 promotions, is PPC, Matchroom, and Top Rank. Top Rank are the worst out of the 3.
Yeah,
their shows are awful. They never get any promotion behind it. Bob Arum is done out here. None of his top fighters even like him. It's just a matter of time.
But don't you think they got the exposure though? Because you know how many people, we don't know who's gonna just move over to a platform. Everyone is quite comfortable on Sky.
If you read the comments though, the trend behind all consumers is there's such a disdain towards Sky these days. Sky News, Sky Sports, the whole thing with football, the fact they put Mayweather Logan Paul on. People are becoming sort of fed up with Sky and they want a new model to go into. And like Trav said like months ago, this is how we are all going to digest our content now. It's going to be through DAZN. And the problem Top Rank have is, 1, at these late night shows, no one's going to be viewing them. And 2, they haven't provided any UK promoter. And people don't realise
that's the
pull Eddie himself has. Eddie himself is a celebrity now. If you go on his interviews, he gets more views than any other fighter apart from probably AJ.
So true. So true.
He is a celebrity himself. The pull he has, let alone Matchroom, the pull he has himself will ensure that DAZN is a success in the UK. And I think we all need to get on board. I'm happy with it. The $199 we pay now, we've had 3 Canelo fights. Garcia Campbell.
Don't get too excited about the $199.
No,
that's gonna go up like the congestion charge, fam. Remember when that just started? £3 congestion charge, bro.
That's what we should care about.
At the same time, though, there's content on there that people don't even really talk about. There's some great content on the DAZN app.
There's mad content. There's like Amir Khan talking through his mad fight with Maidana on playback. There's just mad shit like that all available there for $199, and that's without what Matchroom are going to do now. So I think it's the future. We should embrace it. And Sky, I think personally, they're done out here with
Ash.
Anyway.
I need to get another point though. You need to talk to him about Claresa Shields, man, because it's quiet in these streets. A lot of people wouldn't even have known that she went over to MMA and got busy. I'm telling ground and pound they call it?
Ground and pound.
That's what she was on, fam. What about her, brother? Even if we can just give flowers right now.
You've got to give her flowers. I think the problem with her is that she wasn't on the UFC. So it's like being with Matchroom or Frank Warren promotion or whatever, because she wasn't with the premier MMA organization. There wasn't the sort of fuss that she would have got if it was in the UFC. But you've got to give her flowers. Like,
I think that she's done.
She actually showed what she fought through. I think the girl she's with was a brown belt in terms of judo or jiu-jitsu or whatever.
Yeah.
and she's a novice. So to get through those grapples with a brown belt when you're a white belt or a yellow belt, whatever the starter ones are, I think that shows a lot of courage, a lot of heart, and I think people should give her respect where it's due.
That's real.
That's what I'm saying. Finally, fam. All right, listen,
Right,
Ash. What are you saying? What do you think's gonna happen tomorrow? Because obviously Fury and Wilder they're gonna meet for the first time since the egg weight form. What you expecting?
We'll have a few race baits. I don't know, a few race war conversations going on at the start or the end. I think Fury will get into his bag of nonsense about how he's a fighting man and he's going to donate his whole purse to charity again, and how he wanted the AJ fight the whole time. And then they'll both get into their nonsense about how AJ's not a real fighting man. I put this to you, if AJ beats Usyk, one, his resume in terms of consistency is elite. And for me, Fury's already on some people's pound for pound list. I don't know how. If he beats Usyk, who's number 4 in the pound for pound list,
that's right.
He goes on the pound for pound list. No debate.
What, is in the top? He'll be the top guy?
No, not the top. Just in the top 10.
Okay.
He'll be in there.
All right, wicked. I ain't arguing with that. Listen, Ash, thank you so much. Amazing first call. Great energy. Hold tight, you fam.
Take care, bro.
Love.
Hold on, let me just bring in the Black Backpacker, fam. It's a hard one still. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. It's a hard one.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just taking you off. 1 second. Sorry.
Don't worry. Do what you need to do, fam. Younger motto right now.
Younger
motto settings. Man said, hold on 1 minute. Just going to take you off the. Right, it's taking you long to do that though, fam.
Hey, we might have to come back to you, bro.
Yeah, let's bring in. Hold on. All right, let's bring in your guy.
Cool. Let me do that.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get rid of him and bring it. Anyway, I can't really big him up. It's your guy. Here you go.
Coming to the stage right now, Surface X Promotions pay-per-view star, new signing in his first showing under the Surface X banner. Base the Kid. What's going on, bro?
Who?
Oh, he said who?
I said Base the Kid.
Oh,
who's that?
Nah, hold on. Why is his name say Bruce the Kid? What's going on here?
Bruce the Kid. Wait, hold on.
Why is this happening?
Wait, no.
Hold on.
No.
What type of rebrand is this?
No.
Okay, explain yourself.
Explain. Wait, hold on. Has he signed to a whole new organization?
Let's let him speak.
Well, so the lawyers were contacted last week, and apparently, even though there was neglect shown by my promoter in previous weeks, they said he's ultimately still fulfilled his fiduciary rights towards me. Therefore, I do still owe him one fight, and I am still on Don KG Promotions.
Drop a bomb, fam! Drop a bomb! My fight is returned! Bruv, drop the damn bomb, fam! I can't show, I ain't got no power. I'll stand up, fam. Don't piss me off.
I can't reach it.
So MTKG Promotions does still have Capricorn base. However, Bruce the Kid's a free agent. So talk to me.
Bang! That's what I'm talking about. Hey, KG.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
How did that happen?
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Wait,
Can't you see my fighter is talking? Settle down.
He set me up.
Settle down.
set me up.
You walked right into that.
He set me up.
Typical of MTKG to not accept the paperwork.
I'm disgusted.
What can we say?
Bruce
the Kid, welcome to the show. What's on your mind, brother?
Pleasure to be here.
Oh, no, you can't do this. No.
He said it's mankind. I'm not Axel Foley.
No, I can't believe what's just happening right now. So he's got a different name that he's going by, and that's why I haven't got a contract with that guy.
That's how it worked out.
I'm with Capricorn.
That's how it worked out.
It's crazy in these streets.
Very unfortunate for you.
Going anyway. I'm selling Bruce. I'm selling Base the Kid NFTs anyway, so I'll be fine. Since he's changed his name, it's fine. We'll be fine. But go ahead, ask him the questions, bruv. I'm out of this conversation.
Man said mankind and do love.
Only Base the Kid can do that, you know.
Oh man,
he's a whole new person.
Cactus Jack.
Good. Talk to him. Ask the questions, bro.
Talk to us, bro. What's on your mind, bro?
Well, I mean, I've got quite a few things on my mind, but I know you guys have specific topics. So, I mean, where are we going today? What's the question?
Sky. Let's start with Sky and DAZN.
Yeah.
Okay. By the looks of the Sky issues, they're not going to survive much longer.
Wow.
I think that's going to get very techie. I mean, let's look at it like what, about 4 weeks ago, was it now, that you had Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez undisputed on Top Rank, no word of any purchase. All of a sudden, Matchroom leave, and now you've got a deal with Top Rank for fights at 4 o'clock in the morning that, you know, no one's going to stay up and watch.
It's true.
It's a mad business.
They might watch it on the rerun in the morning, but how many people? I mean, I just about stayed up last week, and to be fair, I stayed up for the UFC more than the boxing. Like the Stevenson fight was poor.
Yeah.
It's mad.
It's
You know,
true,
he makes a solid point, but do you not think that? I don't know how they're gonna make it work. It just doesn't work.
You got like man, don't forget, like what Ash was saying. Eddie Hearn draws us into the fights. Bob Arum is not going to have a connection with the UK fans, and his roster of fighters, they have less of a connection than Bob Arum to us.
But don't they have Crawford though?
Bruv, does Crawford really draw out the UK audience at 4 a.m?
That's the problem.
Great fighter,
but
doesn't draw over here. Not like that.
They're gonna struggle.
And the same way when DAZN was having their fights over here with, like, you know, the what's his name, Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell, they altered the times to allow us to be able to watch it a bit earlier. You think Bob's doing that? He's catering to prime time. So if it's in Vegas, it's 5 a.m.
Yes,
no one's staying up
I
for that.
do not know the business like acumen behind Sky doing what they're doing, but they just realized that we miss boxing. Have they made a mistake by not going in? You've seen this whole celebrity thing, and then now it's getting out of hand. Well, that's my opinion. I'm not gonna put my opinions on you. Would you say now that are you disgusted with it? Where's your head with this celebrity boxing? Because you have the social. What's it called? The social. This new platform is social media. It's YouTubers versus TikTokers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Are you like this? I don't like where boxing's going, or you like, you know what, more of it?
No, do you know what? I'm quite happy with anything that, number one, brings eyes to the sport, as long as it's fair and sensible. Like at the end of the day, you had YouTubers versus TikTokers. They were, I guess they got their professional licenses or whatever, but they were all on the same level. Like none of them were professionals. They were doing what they were doing. They made money, and everyone got into it. So now, off the back of that, someone might then decide to tune into a proper fight somewhere with maybe someone else that they resonate with. I have no issue with any of the celebrity stuff. The Lamar Odom and the other fight, now that was a bit different.
That was nonsense.
Because I swear, like, Lamar is like 267 pounds. The other guy was 175. Those kind of weight differences should not be allowed.
Nonsense. 6'10" as
Bro,
well. It's nuts.
And he ain't even the main Backstreet Boy, fam. It's just the Backstreet Boy's brother, fam. It's mad. Yeah, he shouldn't have been in there.
Nah,
that was like Sagat fighting Sean in Street Fighter 3. Like, it makes no sense.
Flip's sake.
But no, Claresa Shields, what are you saying about
her? Well, what's the question? Because I could say a lot.
I'm saying,
is she the most decorated fighter that we have today? Men and women. Remember,
included.
She's a two-weight undisputed champion, stepping over to MMA and just got her first W.
Okay, so I guess technically. Actually,
Why is it technically?
Because technically, yeah, she's undisputed in 2 weight divisions, and she's a champion in 3. So she has a lot of credentials. However, we have to dig deeper. Who is in those weight divisions? Everything from 147 upwards is pretty barren. So it's not like she's had to go through murderer's row of fighters to get the accolades and the belts that she's got. She's a great fighter. I'm not saying that she's not talented, but it's hard to justify having her as the greatest when she doesn't have the same level of opponents as like 147 downwards. Because when you start going to like 118 and 115 in the women's divisions, like those are like real killers in those divisions. Like if she was down there, I would assume that she would have been beaten by now.
Oh.
If you look, if I know you don't watch a lot of women's boxing, I'm not saying I watch huge amounts, but I watch enough, and I know in those lower weight divisions, those women are sturdy, and obviously, just if you look at it physiologically as well, like women naturally aren't as big, right? So you're gonna get all the competition in the smaller divisions, in the smaller weight classes.
BP1 says Base is hating right now. He said he can smell the hate, fam.
But this is the thing, because what you're saying, on one hand, I say is fair, but on the other hand, it's not her fault.
She can't do nothing about that.
She's dominating.
No one's blaming her.
She's down. She's down to drop weight and go and fight whoever. Like Katie, she would go and drop for anyone.
Well, to be fair, there's only a certain amount of weight she can get to, so it's not
but,
you know.
But she's willing. She's ready and willing to fight anyone who's down to fight her.
She's prepared to go down to 147 for the right fight, but she also said she wants like triple the money to do it. So I don't know. Having said that, look, you're right. You can only dominate in the divisions that you're a part of, which is very fair, very true. But does that make it any less competitive? Does that make it any more competitive? Does that mean that you get plaudits because you dominate a weak division? No. Like in when the heavyweights, when people was talking about the Klitschko era, as much as there was a lot of good fighters, people said it wasn't the greats. Like there was a lot of substandards, and you're just dominating a lesser than division than what was there previous.
All right, but
it's the same with Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes came just after the Ali era, and he dominated, and he was excellent, and he was one of the greatest to ever do it. However, it wasn't known as the glory and the golden age at that point. Yeah. So
I hear that, but look at Triple G. Triple G's been like kind of skating through quite nicely as the reputation has been, dominant. But up until Canelo, his name never really had many bodies on there of real worthy note. But he held down his division.
But Triple G was bringing up 154 pounders to fight at 160. When it was his time to move up to 168 and fight proper people, he didn't do it. So again, he was dominating a very barren division at the time.
But he got the respect.
But if he got the respect because he was knocking people out.
All right, fair enough. But Clarissa's out there clearing. But Clarissa's clearing
a division, though, man. And I think there's something to say about someone that goes into another discipline, literally MMA, bro. And she tangled with her, got down on the floor with her, then actually just ground and pound, fam. Like again, I'm not the biggest MMA fan. I'm growing into the sport though. I'm starting to like it. It's trying to win me over, bruv. I'm starting to see real characters in there. I'm thinking, you know what? This could be me going forward. Like literally, boxing's got to do a madness because I'm watching a lot more MMA now, and I think I'm starting to.
Here's the thing.
Talk to me.
Right. Here's why in the works. Like, I understand totally what you're saying, but here's the problem. Claresa didn't go into MMA because she wants to be great in two divisions. She went into MMA because they pay better than women's boxing. She said it herself. The reason she's got is like because she knows that they get paid the same way Amanda Serrano's gone over there because she believes that she makes more. Heather Hardy went over there because they get paid better. The women get paid better by comparison to boxing. So she never went over there for a love for MMA. So she's doing literally what she's doing just to secure a bag. So it's not to be great. And when those opponents start getting stiffer tests, I don't think she's going to stick around. And then some people in the chat earlier said that she only went over there really to duck Savannah and go and pursue something else because she wouldn't get the same money to fight Savannah Marshall.
Do you agree with the statement? Do you agree with the statement though? UFC is starting to compete with boxing now. It's gonna get interesting from now on.
I disagree personally, but just
to
make
very highly disagree.
Just to make things interesting.
I don't know if this. I don't think.
Hold on.
I'm ready for that argument. I think it's getting closer.
Just to make things interesting, I want to bring somebody into the chat right now.
Hold on, I got you. Let me be on my job, fam.
Bruce the Kid, this is Base the Kai.
Yes. Bruce the Kid, Base the Kai. Bruce the Kid.
Like
this is a Surface X promotion right here. Bro.
We need to talk.
Yeah, because
because the contract that you've got, that you've been going over with a fine-tooth comb, you're going to need to go over mine, my friend. So you're going to need to go over mine. You're going to have to go over mine too because. Man, these people getting our names wrong and they're switching. I think we can get 2 different contracts here, 2 different lots of money from 2 different promotions.
2 different Whoa. I don't.
I'll send the lawyer.
Stable.
I'll send the lawyers your details. They're really good.
Guys. Same stable. Surface X. Everything Surface X. We can take care of this privately. We don't need to have other promoters involved in this conversation.
The introduction of the Surface Pro ruined a lot of things.
I understand.
Bro, handle your business, fam.
Hey, listen.
You got Frank Warren over here with no fighters, just chilling, bro.
Settle down.
I never had these issues.
Yeah, you did.
Look at them, both here right now.
You don't have any fighters.
I'm just saying, handle your business. What I'm saying.
All I'm saying is this, guys.
Go ahead.
There's a time and a place, all right? Right now it's fight time. So let's
let's
focus on the agenda.
Nah, equity, bro. They want to talk about equity, fam.
You guys get half. You guys get half the laptop. All right, deal done. Nice. Both of you get half the Surface. But yeah, go on. As you were saying, Bruce.
Bruce, actually, I want to ask a real question, Bruce. And it's not even a scrap right now. The real one.
Bruce the Kid. Yeah.
No.
Legally, that's what we have to call him today because of the contractual obligations.
Okay. No, seriously. So I'm asking this question. I want to bring in Bruce Kai in this one because I want to see what they're saying.
Base the Kai, please.
Base the Kai. Oh shit! This is gonna piss me off. What I'm saying here is no, they're taking a piss.
Go on.
Base the Kai. Yeah.
Like when Dragon Ball Z when they fuse.
Fusion. I'm asking you: is UFC catching up to boxing, and do you see UFC surpassing boxing? Because I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
I don't see it at all, man. I don't see it. I don't see it, man.
I'm not gonna lie, it's growing. It's growing at an.
I mean, it's growing, but it is a completely different sport too. The fact that we've got boxing in it, but I think it's a completely different demographic. I know some people that purely watch MMA, UFC, and they come from the Pride days.
Yeah,
and they hate boxing. They don't watch it at all, and vice versa. I know some boxing purists that love boxing, but they have a look at MMA, UFC, whoever it is, and they're like, "Nah, that's not for me." So, and I think that they both do well. You know, boxing's have, you know, you've got so much more history and so many more years in boxing. If we had this conversation in 30 years' time or 20 years' time, you know, who knows? But right now,
exactly how long before boxing becomes AC Milan, fam?
Nah,
a former great. I'm just saying.
Let me jump in.
Go ahead.
So, exactly what Base the Kai just said, right? At the end of the day, the UFC is one organization.
Yeah.
So you can't try and pitch one organization against the whole of boxing because essentially UFC is Matchroom. Or UFC is Top Rank, or UFC is PBC. It's one organization. No one's really watching Bellator that much, or Strike Force, or Pride, or Ryzen, like to the same levels as the UFC. It's one organization. So you can't try and then compare it to an entire sport, which has legacy in the game.
There you go.
And at the end of the day, as much as you might like the UFC stuff, how all of their people, like you just said last week, they're all shouting and screaming that they want to get paid fairly because they're on slave contracts.
But then,
whereas the boxers are actually getting paid for doing fuck all.
And that's a great, and don't get me wrong, as I said, that's a great argument. But as people are saying in the free seats, they're saying, listen, it's growing. It's a brand new, it's a baby sport. And in terms of Ash says about room to grow, where boxing, unless boxing starts to offer up what we want from it. Now I'm talking the fights. We want certain fights, bro.
Yeah.
Here's one thing that I think that UFC in particular as an organization has done that boxing has to learn from. The production value of UFC has shot up so fast in such a short amount of time that when you see a UFC event pre-COVID, it embarrasses some boxing events. Like it looks so good compared to some boxing events that, you know, promoters have had 10, 20, 30 years to, you know, it's like, and that's what, and as a UFC fan, I used to look at that and I'm like, why can't boxing do this? Like the production value, even like the 24/7, I can't remember what the UFC call it, but you know, the lead up to fights, like everything looks amazing. And, you know, watching some boxing, you start to think to yourself, like, well, if UFC can plow some money into this, why can't all the different boxing promoters do that. Matchroom have started to do it, and I don't know if you've noticed, but like that brings in so many more fans, and it's like it gives you such a story to watch, and the build up, like it helps so much when they do that. And not just that, just just the walkouts and everything.
No, basically, I agree with you. But what I will say as to a reason why some of the production is obviously not that great is because, as we just said, in UFC, they're not getting paid the same levels.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot more money to put into production and in-house, because essentially the fighters are on salaries as opposed to getting paid like big purses. So there's more money to go into that stuff to make it big.
Yeah. And I think what's worse is when UFC bought in the Reebok partnership. Before there were UFC fighters, they were getting like 200 grand just for patches.
They've changed that, right? It's not the same no more. Yeah. They haven't got one big sponsor, have they? I think have they gone back to the old ways? Because I'm not seeing the strong branding as before. It's just Reebok all the way across.
Yeah, I don't know what deal they've got now, but it definitely wasn't like it was before, because that was one of the biggest things that fighters were like, dude, that was like 50 grand for me. Like some of the smaller fighters, I remember Brendan Schaub was saying when he first came out, like his first 2 fights after the Ultimate Fighter, he was making 70 grand just on his shorts. And that was more than the UFC were paying him to fight.
But the thing that we're all kind of forgetting here is that UFC is only competing just because boxing's business is a mess right now.
How long will it stay?
If AJ and Fury fight blows out anything that the UFC can deliver.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. Anything that the UFC can deliver. I don't care who you match up. Ngannou's, Adesanya, any one of them boys there, it's not competing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, agreed. And the other thing I think as well is that sometimes I think it's got to do with some of the boxers, like, and how entertaining they are, and some of the personalities. And sometimes you're not going to have a huge walkout and a huge production for boxers who just don't have that personality. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see AJ or you see Canelo and they're standing on that stage and the fireworks are going off behind them, you look at that and you're like, wow. You feel
payday, payday. You want payday? I know that.
Play that again, man.
Payday. You want payday? I know that.
But now look at the difference when you get someone who doesn't have that enigma, that aura, like Billy Joe, and you put on a big thing behind him. It looked uncomfortable. It looked weird. I was watching that like, wow. It just looked flat. Yeah, it looked flat. So that's the other thing. You need the boxers with personalities like the Nazim Hamids, the Eubanks, the AJs, the Canelos, to fit that narrative. Because then when they do come out with fireworks, you're like, wow. Like that to me. Imagine Crawford coming out with fireworks. You'd be like, yeah.
Nah, bro, that's weird.
Like, yeah, it's you know what I'm saying. He doesn't speak like a.
Remember when AJ came out with the massive fireworks, the AJ fireworks against Klitschko, that first fight?
Yeah, the white robe he wore, the white gloves. Come on, bro.
Gloves, listen.
Come on. That was like some Ivan Drago, Rocky IV madness. Like, so I think that's like another thing. Like, we need the superstars, and sadly, I just don't see as many as we saw back in the day. And so I think that holds production value off a little bit too, You're not going to get the flying carpets and the coming out on Harleys for Alan Babbage, you know what I'm saying? Or whoever.
All right. So wait, hold on. I think we haven't, base. Bruce the Kid. Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question right now.
Okay.
You said that you had other things you wanted to bring up. Yeah? What were them other things? Just because I don't know what you're thinking of, and your promoter won't ask you these questions. But over this side, where we care about our fighters, we ask these kind of questions.
Yeah,
so
he's already been on your side.
I don't want to hear from you, bro.
He didn't enjoy himself.
Listen, Bruce the Kid, what would you like to discuss right now?
So there was 2 things that I was thinking about.
Talk to us.
The first one, remember when was it? Last week or the week before, when Malik Scott was talking madness about Deontay Wilder being 10 times better than Ali and all that stuff. I saw a video, right? Again, it was a Hatman video, which he got something from someone else. But what he actually said made sense, that when Muhammad Ali was with Angelo Dundee, and Angelo Dundee realized that he couldn't tell him, look, I need you to do this because this is going to work, because Ali had such a big ego. So at one point, he said to him, oh, you're throwing it. It's a beautiful uppercut you're throwing. You can't miss with the uppercut. It's wonderful. This time, man never threw one uppercut in the whole sparring session. But because he's now put it into his head, oh, that he's got this wonderful uppercut, he started throwing the uppercut, and then he was having success. Therefore, saying that you've got to try and appeal to a certain person's ego as a way to get the best out of them. So he said it's a possibility that Malik Scott could be trying to appeal to Deontay Wilder's vanity in order to make him actually do things. So he's saying, yeah, you're greater than Ali. You're better than this guy. Oh, you're the champ. Oh, look how good your jab is. Look at that left hook. Look at that body shot. And so, which then, oh yeah, okay, so I like this, and now maybe I can do. Maybe I can.
So he's trying to speak into existence, being better than Muhammad Ali.
Not necessarily being better than Ali, but giving him the impression that he is that good. So therefore, he will then do the stuff that he's telling him to do. As a theory, it sounded plausible.
It's the wildest. I hear it as I hear it, but it's wild.
It's an interesting one because I don't think somebody who has an ego problem needs to go further into the ego to resolve it.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that because the strange thing is, I wouldn't have thought that someone like Deontay Wilder would have needed that. I would have thought in his mind he would just be like that anyway. And and if that is true, what Bruce the Kid was saying, it's a shame that he's having to do that to get those changes out of him. You would have thought as a strong fighter anyway, but we could have seen from initially, I mean, I think he's got issues just from the excuses that he was coming out with and the great denial. There's definitely something wrong there. He went from the funniest one was when he said like the suit that he was wearing was 30 pounds and that's what made him lose. But 2 weeks before, he's like, I go running with a 30-pound suit on, like weight back on my back. And we're like, what?
And it was the
he said that a couple years before. And also, the second thing, because obviously we can speak about that. You guys can maybe talk about it on your on the pod or whatever. The second one. So there's a theory going around, right? On a few American channels primarily, that a lot of the stuff that's been happening with sort of the Wilder and the Fury stuff at the moment is, wait, where'd they gone? Oh, they're there.
We're here.
A lot of the stuff that's going on is actually scripted somewhat, right?
Oh.
To the point where it's basically almost in the script that chances are Wilder is supposed to now win this match as a way to boost his profile to then keep AJ further out of the picture, so they'll have the Fury Wilder 4. It's a theory I've heard. I wanted to ask you guys, do you think it's possible that there is these plans to basically just continue with the two of them, considering that what they initially said was, we're number 1 and 2, we're fighting each other, he doesn't fight anybody, he doesn't want to leave the country, blah, blah, blah. What do you reckon?
I believe that could well be in the works. I don't think there's any plan for any of them to fight AJ at all, and then they'll retire, and it'll be that era that we just look back on with disgust. Riddick Bowe and Lewis is the first touch of what that looked like, and this will be that magnified on steroids.
No, because you gotta say AJ's the Canelo or bigger. If that like you want the AJ fight.
No, but what I'm saying is they're gonna keep dueling this thing out. And that fight, the AJ fight, won't happen. AJ doesn't get to cement his legacy. None of them want to risk it.
No, but would you
piss off?
I hear what you're saying, but these two are fighting each other for a tiny check. This is not when we say tiny, like in boxers world, in heavyweight boxing world, in terms of what could be made. The money that they was about to make of AJ was going to be next. It was eye-watering.
All right.
Now, if they let's say what you think they're just going to keep fighting each other for 10 million each time,
maybe they both believe they don't beat AJ. And this is a nice way to just keep the story going. We get to ride off of his name, and then we do what we're doing, and then call it a day. And then we say he wasn't man enough to step up and defend his belt to the top fighters. We did. We had to do it 4 times because he wasn't up for it. The narrative can go.
All right, listen, let's bring this up.
Can I just ask one more question? I wanted to ask actually all 3 of you, because we've been seeing that little argument that Conor Benn had with Marku, and Conor Benn's confidence as he's talking like recently just in interviews, it seems like it's high.
I love it.
So my question is this for all 3 of you. Do we think, knowing the 147, like, you know, Killer's Road, there's a lot out there, do we think Conor can be a world champion?
Oh,
legitimately, yes or no?
With no
All I'm gonna say is this.
Wait, go to Bruce the Kid first.
Bruce the Kid, what do you think? Because personally, I honestly I don't know. Because I'm not sure, like, what version of Thurman would he fight if he fights him? What, would Danny Garcia come down and go, actually, that's a fight I could take? Like, I don't know. So, what do you guys think?
Current in this current era, so the current guys, I reckon. I actually think that he would have a very good chance at beating Keith Thurman right about now. Inactive 2 years, floating up and down in weight.
Yep.
Many injuries, everything. Okay. In terms of being a champion, we got to remember he's 24, 25. So like Spence is gone soon, Crawford's gone soon. Then you've got Ennis, you've got Ortiz, and then there's a couple others. Chances are you might be able to pick up one of the smaller titles or one of the ones that on a vacant, and then just keep fighting in-house fighters and don't sort of fight those killers. So yes, he could. But not for right now. It's going to take at least another 2-3 years, and that's with a solid like 7-8 fights.
Yeah,
to me,
and that's without going backwards and losing at all. That's with straight wins.
Yes,
yeah.
I say I'm happy to watch with an open mind. That's all I can give at this point.
Yeah, we need to see him we need to see what he looks like versus Marku. Again, Conor's talking the talk.
Yeah,
we can say the talk right now. Has it matched the actual production? Has he put out that level of fighting where you can say, you know what, you're that guy?
I mean, if he puts on a performance against Granados like he did his last fight,
there we go.
And then I think we'd be in just because of how
is he beating Porter though? Because I don't think he's ready for Porter. I don't think he's I personally
Porter's going to be out of the equation because remember he's the same age.
No, but he's rushing
than the others.
No, but he's rushing his career. We're talking about Conor right now.
Eddie's not going to let him. Eddie's on 5
we got to look at it like this.
Just signed him.
We got to look at it like this. Conor just blew away Vargas in 1 round.
Yeah,
that can he got him quickly, jumped on him quick, got him out of there. That fight didn't really show us anything about Conor that we haven't seen in the last fight before that.
This is it.
So and that's not necessarily a good thing what happened either.
That's what I'm saying.
He might have needed more rounds to know, when I'm in trouble or I'm up against a good slick operator, what can I do?
Where's Avanesian? I always think to myself, where is that guy? Because he's a problem and everyone's sleeping on that kid and he done his work. He mashed his work.
Eddie is not going to let him fight anyone he does not believe he's going to beat for now. Eddie is control. You see where Eddie says, no, they're my boss. No, on this one, because he knows the money's there, he's not letting Conor do nothing that's too risky. Guys, so all them fights you're talking, the Porters, even the Furmans, the Garcias, he's not gonna let him take any of those until they move out or they get proper old and broke up and mash up.
It's too dangerous.
But listen to what we're saying then, because that thing we're getting caught up in the English hype as well, where we're saying let's let them man age out before even we're not saying that he could be good enough. You're saying let's wait.
Americans do that anyway.
But they do.
How many? Most of the Americans, that's what you do. You fight someone when they're on the slide or when the time is right. The time is normally right when they are on the decline or they're on their way out, and you get they pass the mantle over to you. That's what you do. So he's going to do the exact same thing, and he's not like he's not going to be improving. He's going to be improving. It's just that he's not at those levels now, and with sense, no one is going to put him into those fights now because it's too risky to derail the money train that is about to come with Conor Benn.
Maestro makes a good point. Maestro just said, I wouldn't say even Thurman. Thurman's only losses to Pac-Man. So there's nothing to say that's a comfortable night for
I don't know what Conor's. I'm gonna be honest with you guys,
but that's why I have to
see more from Conor, man.
That's why I say I watch with an open mind because there's nothing. One
thing I will say is I thought it was a little weird that Conor calling out Amir Khan. I thought that was a bit weird. I understand from a monetary point of view, but calling him out and then I know from that point of view, but. If he's like, you got to remember who his dad is, and he's obviously thinking about that. You want to call out people it's gonna like accelerate your career, or you're gonna look good against, or if you win, it's gonna be like, oh man, that was a good win.
It's a good that's a great name.
It's a good name, business wise. But is it a good name on his resume to say,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, because
especially if you stopped him. You stopped Amir Khan.
Amir Khan is a great
Conor
name.
Benn.
It's a great name on your resume. You want it. I think it even excites the American fans because Amir Khan still holds weight out there. They don't. They respect him. Like over here, it's like I think he's respected over here, but over there, definitely.
Do you
like
think?
people
Do you think it would be the same
Khan.
if he fought Kell Brook and stopped Kell Brook? Is that the same weight?
No, it won't have the same weight.
It's because of how bad Kell Brook looked against Crawford.
Yeah.
That's why. Had it been before that fight, then we'd be like, oh, I don't know. He's done this. He's been there with Triple G. But now we're like, oh, he looked finished in that fight.
You ain't going to get no credit for that one.
Yeah, I just thought I understand it from a business point of view. Like I said, I just thought from a fighting brain and someone who wants to challenge people, why didn't he use that same energy against like a Thurman or a Porter? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have expected in a young fighter's, hungry fighter's mind to call those guys out, not Amir Khan. So, you know.
All right. Listen, lads, we're going to open up the lines, get other people on. You lot, amazing work, fam.
For real. Big up.
Is everyone still there?
Surface X Promotions, man. We always deliver, man.
Well, I'm just looking for fighters.
I'm a free agent. I'm a free agent. I'm not signed with anybody.
All right. We'll talk. All right. Let's
fight by fight.
Let's get these guys off.
I'm going to get that guy.
Let's get this guy off the line. We'll talk on Twitter, guys.
Look after yourself. We'll be talking on Twitter. That conversation has to carry on,
what
fam.
is happening?
1 second. Let me sort this out.
Honestly, a reliable piece of technology. Jeopardize my whole stable.
Let's get rid of. All right, wicked. So right now, I heard this guy's okay. He's doing well.
Snap. He's
back again. I think it's only right that we bring him in and show him a lot of respect because not easy to come back from a loss.
Let's do this.
There you go. Bring him in right now. Let's go.
Wow, OTC.
Yo, fam, really nice seeing.
Great.
Drop a bump for this guy.
Big up to you guys.
Lazarus FC, fam.
Can I just say,
this guy just keeps rising from the dead, fam.
Off the canvas for no reason. Let's
bro,
go.
Can I just say, I'm as your promoter, I'm glad to see that you're okay. First and foremostly.
I'm saying we're gonna name him Lazarus FC, fam, because the amount of resurrections.
Trust me.
Big man, are you okay?
100%, man. I'm good. What are you, man, saying to you?
We're all right, bro. OTC, you're the main guy right now. Listen, let me start with a soft one. Let me just do you want to say something about Povetkin?
Yeah, Povetkin, great career. He's retired at the age of 41 years old. For me, Povetkin, in terms of this Russian boxing history, he's got his name cemented, etc. So, best of luck for him in what he does next, with Povetkin, etc. On his prime, he was up there with top 5 heavyweights in his prime. So not of all time, but during the era that he was competing in. So WBA, so Olympic gold medalist.
It's true.
It's the right time for me, in my opinion. It's the right time. You lost.
100%. He looked finished in that Dillian White fight.
Yeah, it was
time.
On the walkout. The walkout was crazy, bro. He's stumbling in the ring.
He looked like he had stilts underneath his his gown. He looked
it was crazy. Yeah. We've been having a serious Conor Benn discussion. We're asking. It's mad because these men changed their names, but to me, he's Bruce Kai, fam. Listen, Bruce Kai said, is Conor Benn gonna reach world level? Is he gonna win a world title? That's the question I think they asked. What's your thoughts with just using the division, the killers that are here? Is he the guy? Because I saw you making facial expressions behind the scenes. I didn't know where you stand with that one. Let me know.
Do you know what? I'm with Travis on this one. It's very, very tough to say could he become world champion currently, because his style and everything, it's very, very unorthodox. He's not had an extensive amateur career. It's very, very difficult to gauge where his ceiling is with regards to whether he could become world champion. But you have to understand there's 4 different world title belts. One of them could easily be vacated, and he can easily step in and fight for a vacant world title. So can he become world champion? Yes. Can he beat the top guys? It's a case where we're gonna have to just wait for them to age out. We need Conor Benn to next 5 to 10 fights, and then by that stage, the guys at the top of the division will probably be close towards the retirement age. So, yes, I believe that he could become world champion. Yeah, I believe so.
Do you know what's crazy? These lot are saying that because they're quite surprised to see you back, and they're saying that you've been sanctioned by the Lithuanian.
This fight is sanctioned by the Lithuanian Border Boxing Control.
Listen,
Like,
big up to
border
my
Luxembourg.
Lithuanians.
Luxembourg.
Listen,
Drop a bomb for Lithuania, man. Let's go.
big up to all the Lithuanians, the Russians. Yeah, I'll put a little towel in front of the bottom so I don't see no comments on. Yeah.
Oh
Listen,
my.
you'll be dodging all the comments. So come at me, do your worst. Let's go.
Man
Man.
said concentrated like Ruiz in
Listen,
AJT, bro.
AJ versus yes, that's exactly what it is. Got concussed early doors, and literally I didn't know where I was. Yeah,
That's
but
right.
now,
Work the jab. Stay on the jab. Fam.
now
You
we're
ain't
just
gotta do
staying on
nothing.
the jab. We're slipping.
Oh, Maestro wants to get in here as well. Maestro wants to get in this ring and see what's popping.
You know what? Big up Maestro as well. I've got a lot of love for Maestro and Channel as well. So big up Maestro.
So what,
but with regard to just the zone,
yeah.
Sorry, just bringing a motto. A motto just wanted to be a part. You entered the chat. We just said, you know, why not? A motto, you here?
Yeah, what's up?
Yes, a motto. What are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm fine. How you guys?
We're good, man. You know what? Round of applause for a motto. That's the best he sounded since he changed networks. All right, a motto. You're in the house. I know you're the contrarian. You always disagree with the with everything we're saying. We've been talking about Conor Benn right now, and it's just having a little back and forth on where he's going, what you think his level is. What say you, your motto?
Yeah, the guy's a good prospect, but like I feel he can pick up a world title because anyone can pick up a world title. Any decent fighter can pick up a world title. I mean, Joseph Parker was a champion, and you see how he is right now. And I mean, anyone can pick up a world title, but to me, a champion is he going to be respected in the division? Like is he going to be like a respected champion that can defend his belt?
That's the question I'm interested in. That's the question I'm actually asking both of you guys.
To me, you guys are like looking at Spence and Crawford and like, yeah, those guys are going to retire, but then they're going to be new guys, and they're like going to be like two guys already that we know are going to like rule the division. That's Ortiz and Ennis. But then you have guys from 135 that can come up. Like Lopez. Lopez is a really big guy, so he can go to 147.
Even Josh Taylor.
Probably 154. Lopez is big. Garcia is really big. Haney is the biggest. He's a really big 135 pounder. So those guys can move up to 147. And those guys are better than Conor Benn. It's just
Josh Taylor could go up to 147.
But Josh Taylor can go up, exactly. But then
that's problematic.
So to me,
most men.
To me, I feel if he wants to be a world champion, he has to be like 27, like his late 20s when he's like really experienced and he can like.
That's too late.
No, it's not.
How old is he now?
He's 24 at the moment.
24.
But then
he's got time. He's got time.
He's got time.
To get to world level, you're saying that he's gonna make that jump.
No, but he's got time. So as in, if he takes a shot at 26 and doesn't get it, he'll be 28 2 years later, 29, still in his prime.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be what they want. They want him to be like a young champion to like,
of course,
promote his pay-per-view like things and everything, to make him like the face of Matchroom. But then they're going to rush him like they rushed Daniel Dubois, and it's going to be like.
Nah, Eddie Hearn isn't that careless. I mean, that he does get to a point where he throws his fighters to the lions and makes them take a shot at greatness, but he's not going to be that wild with like how Dubois was. The treatment was.
I want to ask a question as well to you guys, because this is not even on the docket, but I'm just thinking about it. Is Frank Warren trying to set up Lyndon Arthur with just having, because again, you know, it's been hard to do the deal between Lyndon and Yard. All of a sudden, he's got a fight card. Who's there? Lyndon Arthur's there, but also you bring in Yard.
You already know the plan.
You know, is Frank Warren trying to set Lyndon up to make them have something that pushes them
Here's what's gonna happen.
signing the contract?
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen straight out the gate.
Talk to me.
Yard is going to batter this guy. I don't know who the opponent is.
You hope
he's going to batter him. After the fight, he's going to call out Lyndon. Yeah?
Yeah.
The stage is going to be set. Lyndon's going to come out. He's going to beat whoever that guy is. And then afterwards, he's going to ask, they're going to pepper him with questions about what Yard said.
Yeah.
So even though he's the headliner, he's not really going to get the headliner treatment.
Yeah.
He's just going out last.
I think he's going to do a mad thing where they just happen to meet each other like after the walkout or something. You know, something scatty. Something 100%. That I would do. Like a real setup thing. Like, he's here right now.
He should go ringside. Go ringside for Arthur's fight and walk straight in there afterwards and just mad up the whole situation.
That's so true. That happened with Dillian when AJ was on commentary, and as soon as the fight finished, all of a sudden He said, "How about that language? You know that word? That's he's going. Frank Warren is doing
But
a complete setup.
is Frank wrong for that though? That's the question I want to ask. Is he being wrong or is he just being a great promoter?
Wrong how? There's a rematch clause. What's wrong about it? He's trying to spice it up.
See, like to me, that's the fight. Like, it doesn't matter how it comes. Like, that's the fight. Like Travis just said, there's a rematch clause. So, like, it's going to happen anyways. So it's not like they're settling the offer up. He has to fight. He doesn't want to be like Tyson Fury and not fulfill his contractual obligations. So he has to fight Anthony Yard.
Omoto, have you changed sides? Because usually you're a Tyson Fury guy.
I'm still a Fury guy, but you have to fulfill your contractual obligations. That's life. You have to do what you have to do.
Wow.
That's true.
That's life. He fulfilled his contractual obligation to that network, and he's got a new one, bruv. He's come back. He sounds clear as heaven, bruv. Dolby HD sound, bruv. I rate that motto.
But I have to say this because a lot of people have been like bashing Tyson Fury and everything. I'm just going to ask you guys one question. What stopped Tyson Fury from fighting Anthony Joshua? What is the thing that stopped that fight?
The arbitration.
Exactly.
Maybe they just didn't want the fight.
The arbitration. Who ruled in the arbitration?
The judge, bro.
Because they could have cancelled it.
He said, "Who ruled?"
Wait.
It's the judge, innit?
Man said the judge.
Exactly. So the Tyson ruled against himself. That's what you guys are making it seem like. The guy ruled against himself. In order not to fight. No, you guys have to listen.
Right here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I'm not like.
You guys are making it seem like he took himself out of the fight. If the arbitrator ruled in his favor, the fight is going to happen.
Crooked. I'm not hearing this thing.
Boxing is mad corrupt.
Don't try to tell me this thing about this. Get out of here, bro.
Wait, Travis, why do you do that? You just anytime someone brings up Fury and something that'll make Fury look in a decent light.
What you can't do to me.
Go on.
Is piss on me and tell me it's raining. You understand? Anybody can be bought in this game. In this little murky waters that we're navigating, boxing is.
So you're saying a judge?
These man, what?
A judge?
Let me not
even exactly. Do you know what?
All I'm saying is,
what do you know, Professor?
Settle down.
What do you know, Surface?
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
You guys can speculate all you want, but I've broken it down for you guys. If the arbitrator ruled in Fury's favor, we'll be having the fight on August 14th. But unfortunately, that's what happened, and Tyson Fury announced the fight. Whether you believe him or not, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, wait, hold on. I believe that. Yeah. Wait, OTC, are you taking this fight? Because again, we got to do concussion protocol. You've gone through a madness.
He's on a 90-day ban.
Are you sure?
He's inactive.
Are you sure you want to get into this? Because a motto sounds clear. I will ring the bell right now and it will get on.
OTC,
what are you saying?
As your promoter, if you didn't want this fight, you don't have to have this fight.
Listen. Ring the bell, fam. Let's go, fam. Ring the bell. Let's go, fam. Yeah, we don't shy away from no fight. Listen, Amoto, I'm afraid to say you are gravely mistaken. You're saying that the arbitrator ruled and he had absolutely no accountability. He had no influence in getting that cancelled. But if you look at the arbitration note, that they could have cancelled that or settled that with an agreement last year, December. Okay. Moreover, they could have had. Actually, you know, I'll leave it as that for the time being. But that's
redemption song. No, let Omoto come back in there right now. Omoto, let's go. Get busy, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah, I still don't understand that December thing. If someone can explain it properly, then I'll understand. But what I'm going to say to what chill to what he said is I'm just going to say the same thing again. Tyson Fury wanted to fight. From what I think.
No, respect him.
No. All right.
Get out of here, man.
That's it.
Shit, I'm saying.
No, Travis. Let this be a fair fight.
The fight was good. I feel the fight was going to be announced the following week. But then the arbitrator ruled in Fury's Wilder's favor. Now, the arbitrator I think the way it got to that decision is very wrong because a lot of people are speculating that it's because of Eddie Hearn was making too much noise about the fight, or because there were so many things. But to me, the arbitrator should have ruled based on what was in the contract, and that's what maybe he got influenced by what Eddie was doing. But to me,
he was the one that stopped the fight. And
listen, I'm not your coach, but I just felt I had to jump in the ring. Omoto, 1 second. I'm not your coach. I just felt I had to jump in the ring. No, 1 second. I just want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Omoto, you need to make clearer points, bro, because I don't know where you're going with your... So what I want you to do is take this round off.
It's a black towel and undefeated.
Nah.
Roll the towel.
Nah, he's gonna be all right. Give him another round. OTC, got one more round. This is the final round. OTC, final points.
You threw the towel back out?
No, final points.
Sure, let's group them up. You want me to just... All right, cool.
Get him out here.
Let me ask off the canvas. Chill. Explain to me why Tyson Fury, in your opinion, didn't want the fight and ducked the fight, because that's what people are saying. He ducked the fight. He doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. He was wasting everyone's time.
Explain
to me why. Explain
why.
Absolutely. Tyson Fury could have fought Deontay Wilder last year. He fought Deontay Wilder in last year February. He could have fought Deontay Wilder last year winter time. Chose not to. He could have took another fight. He could have settled the agreement between them contractually, chose not to, decided to pursue the AJ fight. Okay, cool. Him and his team were throughout the period of time being negative.
I'm doing it for a motto.
Oh, the fight is over for a motto. Oh, he stopped the fight.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh, he's still going.
What about the video, fam?
Punching. He's still...
Come on, carry on.
Listen, he did the promoters throughout the period of time from earlier in January up until the arbitration date were being pessimistic and negative. They had, bearing in mind, behind the scenes, they had a date scheduled for a contingency plan. They had a venue scheduled. They had everything planned and signed till delivered. Yeah. As soon as the arbitration came in, or the date of the arbitration, Tyson Fury done a video. Yeah, bearing in mind, he knew it was taking place. He done a video saying, "Oh guys, some point deal." Yeah. All of a sudden, that same day, bearing in mind it was his arbitration. That same day, he decided, what you call it? I didn't duck AJ. I didn't do all of this.
Fight's over. Fight's over. Stop punching.
Let me just end it.
No. It's over.
Wait,
it's over.
Listen,
the fight is done.
From Lagos.
I don't want to see this. There's children watching this, bro.
He's from Lagos. He's from Lagos, bro.
Obviously,
how bad it is to get Nepa to work in Lagos and have a... He's got electricity. He's live, bro. Let him talk, fam.
We got fighters waiting to come on. We got Maestro. Another one is going to close the show. Fantastic. Lineal Ray is sitting there chilling. I can't let this onslaught just continue, bro.
Let me just end on this note.
God, I must end on your final note, bro. But OTC mash you up. But go on.
This fight is over.
You guys can decide who when it fits your narrative.
No. We decided.
Chill. Let me just take another angle. There's a Fury Wilder press conference next week. How do you feel that was going to go? And then
it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, sorry. And then there's Joshua Usyk. And now on this channel, this particular pod, anything you guys want to call it, apparently Joshua has never lost. He can't lose to Alexander Usyk. It's virtually impossible.
Oh, so we're changing the conversation entirely.
No, chill.
Thank you very much for coming out today. You've been a hell of a fighter, hell of a competitor.
I want to hear from Amato. Where is he going with this? You're saying that on this pod. What are we saying? Quickly and bring this up.
I heard the last week, everyone thinks Joshua's going to be Usyk, but then I have to tell you, not everyone thinks that. Only Joshua fans think that. And when you guys break down the fights, break it down very lazy. Oh, Joshua's too big, he's too strong, he's going to be up.
I don't know when we said that. Well, you're gonna have to find the episode number where we said that. I know we never.
No, you guys, just
not us guys.
Just boxing. But then you guys are saying.
You said us guys.
No, you guys are saying Joshua can't lose the fight, but you guys didn't break it down that way. I'm talking about how people break it down.
Okay.
I'm here to tell you guys that fight is very live. And did you see what Tyson said yesterday? That AJ is like selfish for taking that fight because it could ruin the plans for making money. But then he has to take the fight. I don't agree with Tyson there. He has to defend his belt.
Just making bad points. Amato, get out of here.
Thank you,
press the button. I'm gonna get out of here.
Big up to you guys.
Off the canvas. Great
Off
comeback.
The canvas.
Great comeback.
Well done.
That's what we need up Surface X.
Come on.
He's a hell of a
studio clap. T4 studio clap for OTC.
Let's go, Big up you guys.
That Lithuanian board.
See you guys in a bit.
The Lithuanian board. Big up. Come on.
That's up there with
What a comeback.
What Lewis did to get the fight back with Ruckman when he won the belt back. That's up there, straight.
That's up there.
Knockout, straight back with a KO. It's
oh
beautiful.
my! I didn't expect it. Again, he just walked into that battle, did his thing.
It's exciting times.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get Maestro in there. Sorry. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, boom.
Maestro, what's up, bro?
I asked y'all to keep that guy on the line, OTC.
Oh, snap.
Because he's got to explain some stuff to me. I mean, I'm just a teacher, right? I'm not a businessman. I'm not a lawyer. But there's a whole lot of people on the internet that seem to have seen this contract that Wilder and Fury had. And I just like to know where they saw the contract.
Because you're talking about a motto that you wanted to see.
No, I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk with OTC because here's the deal. He said that Fury could have fought Wilder last year.
Yeah,
that's not true. The first time the fight was delayed, they had a fight scheduled in July. It was delayed because of, guess what? COVID-19, international pandemic. That was the first reason for delay. The second reason for delay, you guys can look this up.
1 second, Maestro. I just want to do this right. I'm going to ask a call out because I know OTC's never had 2 fights in one night.
Where we go?
He's already won. If OTC's bad, OTC, if you're out in these streets
can we just
you want to come back,
let me just make one thing perfectly clear.
Go ahead, bro.
All these great fights that we've seen today are all under the surface X promotion banner. So,
but again, no promotion, bro. Because look what I'm doing right now. Look what I'm doing.
I
set up that fight.
Just because you stand next to me at the press conference, don't mean you're a co-promoter.
It's very nuts what you just said.
So let me jump back at it. So
go for it.
July, it was delayed because of COVID-19, the international pandemic, right? The second one was delayed, and the reason they couldn't have it in December, and anyone can look this up, is because Deontay had issues with his bicep, and he couldn't fight. In fact, that is the reason that Shelley Finkel, right, said that the lapse of the contract is not something that could be enforced because of something called force majeure. Basically, the idea that there's all kind of circumstances beyond our control, i.e. the bicep, i.e. COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, the fact that this contract expired is not going to hold up legally, and that's exactly what ended up happening. I don't know where OTC gets this idea that they could have just canceled the contract. Like, I purchased 2 homes. I could never just cancel the contract. If I do that, I get sued. You can't just agree to do something and then just pull out.
But then
you can't just pull out. This is not sex, okay? You can't just cancel a contract. That's not how it works. Now,
but the thing is, though, you're saying that, but like in the comments now, they're saying John Fury came out and said that they could have canceled the contract.
What is John Fury, a lawyer?
John Fury's in the camp.
I guarantee you, John Fury didn't see the contract.
But John Fury's in his camp. That's his dad. He's not going to come out and make up something or go with something that he doesn't know to be true or false.
I don't know how much power John Fury has.
I don't
think he's really part of the camp. I think he's on the outs.
The last person that's going to throw Fury under the bus is his dad.
Right. Look, his dad, for very legitimate reasons, I'm with him. I wanted to see the Joshua fight. I'm not interested in seeing Wilder get his ass beat again. You know, you got a whole lot of Wilder fanboys. They still can't compute that their, King of Wakanda type figure got his ass whooped by a white boy. The internet's still going crazy because of that. Check out any of these LDBC channels. They're still talking about gloves, ankles, dented heads, all type of shit. It's ridiculous. So I wanted to see the fight with...
Oh, you man are done for is asking you. Maestro, did you see the contract?
I just said I didn't see the contract, but here in my experience, in contracts that I've had, job contracts, contracts for homes, contract for other things, I've never just been able to sign the contract and then just cancel it.
But boxing is a crooked world, so nothing operates down the line.
If that's the case, then that's the case. But no one has shown us any evidence that that's the case. You look up cancel the contract, Fury, Joshua on Google, all you turn up with is quotes from Eddie Hearn. Like, come on.
What I'm going to do? I'm going to bring Lineal Ray just into the chat just to see what he's saying on this thing as well. while we're here. So let me bring in Lineal. And Lineal, you
Yo,
see
what's going on?
What's going on, bro? Good to have you here. Maestro's in here saying, you know what? Listen, I don't know. No one's seen the contracts. Are we being too harsh on the Fury camp? Is basically kind of what I'm really hearing from Maestro.
We're not
Lineal.
being too harsh. Do you know why?
Talk to me.
Only because the other intangibles of the fact that why did Aram have such stipulations such as the venue in place that quickly? Once again, the math is a mathing. How are you going to have a venue that quickly after saying all this time, yeah, Eddie Hearn, I don't know what he's doing, he's moving mad, all this down the third. So then that means that if Eddie Hearn was moving mad all that time and you kept on talking about Wilder, why didn't Aram from the get-go say, we are not done with Wilder yet?
Because
so for me, it looks a bit fishy.
He's a shady promoter, number one. Number two, he's very well networked in Las Vegas, and he can put sites on lock for fights. He's been doing that
big. Sites that big.
Hold up. He knew that there was a possibility that they would lose the arbitration. He knew that was a possibility. There's no way he couldn't. He's a
I don't think they knew that it was a possibility. I think they knew it was pending and were using Joshua for clout.
That could very well be the case. But here's the thing. You can't necessarily condemn the fighter for the actions of his promoter. These are two different things. You
can, because Fury's been talking spicy for a long time, and like we've always said, he speaks very spicy for a guy that's never defended a belt. And my thing is this year is like you can't speak that spicy knowing that your promoter is moving mad. And the whole thing of like announcing it and then Wilder announcing in the fight straight after is like you knew it. Come on, let's not act like Fury.
Remember, there was a top rank employee who tweeted by mistake that Fury and those guys, they had the Wilder date locked in before this all was announced. So when Fury's online,
wouldn't it naturally be locked in because
it was locked in? The date was held.
If you're a businessman, you're gonna lock in the date. This whole arbitration thing was never 100% that they were gonna win. So if I'm doing my due diligence as a promoter, hell yeah, I'm gonna have a location as a backup ready to go. Because guess what? They cannot risk Fury going through the summer and not fighting for like what would it have been 18 months plus? Like that's not a good look. So look, this was a mess up. I don't think anyone actually knows 100% what happened either way. I just think it's funny that when people haven't seen contracts, people don't know what's going on, people are only listening to what Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum are saying back and forth on IFL TV. Like, okay, fine. But that doesn't mean that you should just like throw a fighter under the bus. I don't think.
No. I think the throwing the fighter under the bus is how he's conducted himself, because it's different in case if Fury is just like, listen, everything's in negotiation, then fine. But Fury kept on doing this whole thing of the fight is on, I'm going to beat this Dossa, this, that, and the third. Hence why, remember when it first got announced that Wilder and Fury's happening, that's why AJ just came out and said, nah, you're a fraud, because you were talking that big boy talk. And then when it came down to it, you knew your team weren't on it.
But yo, AJ did the similar thing to Wilder. AJ demanded
how?
$50 million.
Wilder baited himself up. No, because remember, Wilder baited himself up and did admit.
Ring that bell.
Hold up.
Let's go.
Wilder, and I'm no Deontay Wilder fan, but there was a time, let's not forget, when the whole world was clamoring for Wilder versus Joshua. Okay? All of us were clamoring for this.
Yeah.
Joshua laid down a stipulation. He said it. Everybody could go check it. He said, put up $50 million guaranteed. I'm going to fight. He said that. Guess what? Viacom came with the bag. $50 million. Viacom is who owns Showtime.
Who said this? Because because like you keep on saying, we don't know certain things. But what we
have
do
you
know
seen
is
the
that
contract?
Wilder did admit.
Hold on,
that
wait. We gotta
AJ
have
gave
some
him more
parliamentary
money.
proceedings. Who's
We didn't
speaking
see
right
all
now?
of that stuff, but Wilder himself admitted that AJ gave him more money for that Fury fight, and he was only quote unquote helping Fury because he thought that, let's be honest, he weren't helping Fury. He said, let me get another guy that's out of shape and a win under my belt to make myself look better against AJ. And it came up, and it obviously backfired on Wilder.
Maestro, respond to that.
Look, again, I don't usually base my arguments off of he said, she said, but unfortunately, this is where a lot of boxing talk is right now, and that's fine. So all I'm saying is just be clear and consistent. Like, have a consistent view of, okay, well, a fighter said he wanted a fight, and then business shit happened, and then it fell through.
But Wilder wasn't consistent himself, because Wilder kept on saying that AJ was doing this down the third, and then it's only because Wilder was moving.
Hold on. Let's let Maestro land his plane. Go
on.
I'm saying the argument is that Fury was talking all of this mess, and then all of this business stuff went down. So let's blame Fury. I'm saying you could say that about a lot of fighters that call for fights, and then the promoters can't make shit work out. I don't know if you can just go off and blame all fighters for that.
If the evidence is there, yes, you can.
I understand that a lot of people in the UK don't like the Gypsy King, Fury. That's obvious. All right.
You think so?
No, but you got to remember, Fury's ducked fights before.
Bro.
Fury's ducked fights before. Look at the fight with Dillian White. They ordered that fight, and
I get it. That's what I'm saying. I debate people all of the time because Fury's done so many things. It's pissed people off, right? Calling for fights, testing positive for drugs, retiring from the sport, all of these things. Not to mention like homophobic and other questionable stuff he said on various plays. So he's not endeared himself. So he's basically presented himself as someone who every action he takes is going to be scrutinized and questioned. That's fair. Okay. But at the same time, I don't think personally that in this specific case, so I'm not including the other stuff. I'm just talking about this specific case. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't want to make way more money to fight Anthony Joshua. Let's not forget he's taking way less money to fight Wilder right now.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, Eddie Hearn said he's taking about less than a third of what he would have made in the Joshua fight.
Listen.
One second. Let me get this. Hold on. I'm just going to get a word from my sponsor. One second. Let me just get a word from the sponsor right now. Listen, Ezzy, right now. I'm going to say I want to say Oyin Butchie, but I don't want to mess it up. Anyway, here it goes. AJ was asked to handle Pulev. He did. AJ was asked to waive Usyk. They did through WBO. All Fury had to do was handle Wilder's arbitration, and they failed.
It's real.
It is real. But Fury does not represent himself in this. He's a fighter. He's not a
He's got a line.
Go on, Lineal. The floor's yours, bro.
He's got a line of ducks.
It's Lineal's turn.
Let's not do this because at the end of the day, like you said, when it comes to AJ's side, AJ's not afforded all of those excuses. Man goes out there and he beats his mandatories. Man goes out there and he does what he needs to do. Whereas Fury is like, you can't keep on saying, it's not Fury's fault. It's like when you've got a history of certain behaviors, when there's a consistency, you have to take responsibility. And that's Fury. That's always been Fury's thing. It's always not your fault. And the funny thing is, you were saying about how the UK people haven't liked Fury. Let's not forget, when Fury came back, before Fury ducked out, they didn't like him. He came back, done this whole PR thing, and he got people back on his side. And the only reason we don't like him again now is because he's shown like, you're still that same person that we thought he was originally. That's why we don't like Fury now. Because you have shown a certain consistency when people thought that you turned the corner. It's kind of like, no, you're back to being who you was before. That is why.
I think the difference here is that I'm blaming the representatives for the fighter. I've never said that AJ was ducking this fight. In fact, I haven't heard anybody say that. But the blame is placed on Fury as if Fury was ducking the fight. The blame is not placed on lawyers who should have known that they could have lost.
Fair point. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
If my lawyers work for me, I pay them.
But
they
how can I
go
get
on
my
my
lawyers
instructions
to make me get out of this arbitration
They
issue?
move on my instructions. So I'm not absolved of
So
responsibility.
why
for how
would
they
I
behave.
instruct them to get me?
Like Travis said, he's not absolved of responsibility.
Wait, Travis, do you really believe that Fury doesn't want to fight
I
AJ?
believe they had no intention of fighting AJ from the start of all of this.
See,
they ride the wave of AJ conversation to promote this fight easily, and then they go and sneak off and fight Wilder.
I don't.
The difference between what we're saying is that Again, I'm saying what you're saying could be valid if you're throwing that on Bob Arum and the promoters. I'm just saying it's not Fury, the fighter. And at the end of the day, if I go out and I'm innocent of a crime and I get a lawyer and the lawyer F's up the case, the lawyer F'd up the case. It doesn't matter that I hired him or not.
That's right.
You're right. But then if you have priors, they're also going to look at the fact that you've got priors the same way Fury has priors. Remember, we are talking about a guy that's never defended his belt. So let's not act like Fury is the victim. He's not the victim. This is a guy that has he managed to find his way out of the Vladimir Klitschko fight. Correct or not?
The second one.
Yeah, did he not?
Yeah,
okay, KG, you're very silent right now.
The fight date was set.
You're talking to Maestro, fam. I'm just trying to.
Maestro.
Maestro,
Everyone's silent. I want corrections. Did that not happen? Yes or no?
Look, I
Maestro, you got to answer the question, bro.
I'm going around in circles because I said.
Wait, Maestro. There's a question that he asked you, please.
Oh, Bob Arum is a lawyer. Yeah, he's trained at Harvard.
No, not that question, Maestro. They asked you. He just asked you.
I want people to math the math.
Wait, he's asking. Let me just break it down, Maestro. What Lineal just asked you just now is, he turned down he was supposed to fight Klitschko. He never had that fight. Is that true? Yes, it is.
Yeah, that I've said this.
There you go.
Around in circles.
And then he's saying that. Then he's saying that he's done this. This is learned behavior. Is what Lineal was trying to argue, and this is why he's saying that Fury deserves the blame. And you're saying the blame shouldn't be on him. It should be on the people that manage him. Is what you're saying, or the arbitrators.
Yes, and I'm just going to wrap up saying this because if you go and listen to what people are actually saying, right? You got half of the boxing people saying that he was ducking Wilder the whole time. Check out these channels from the United States.
Who was ducking Wilder?
They're saying that Fury was trying to duck Wilder by taking off on AJ and not giving the King of Wakanda his.
What? Nah,
it's true. This is true. This is true.
Let me
this
finish.
is true.
LDBC channel.
No, this is true. This is true.
And then on the other side, you got people saying, "Nah, Fury was all cap. He was capping that he never wanted to fight Joshua. He only wanted to fight Deontay Wilder. Like, which is it? Was he lying for the Wilder fight or was he lying for the Joshua fight? I'm just saying I don't know.
How does it make sense that they are saying that Fury ducked someone that he convincingly beat? That makes no sense.
Because they believe in the Egway form team.
Basically, what the internet's saying is that Fury was ducking two people at the same time, and it was all cap. So I guess Fury doesn't want to fight.
Nah, that's a forced agenda, and it stinks. They're also gonna probably tell you that Fury missed the fight because his Mercury retrograde. They need to come out of here with that stuff, man.
Hell of a fight.
What a fight. I can't call it. I'm not gonna lie. We'll leave it for the free seats. You can tell us he took that one, but again, big punches were thrown, fam. It was a great one, fam.
Man, respect to Lineal Ray.
Come on. Always love Maestro.
Drop a bomb, bro. Rush a bomb. There you go, man.
Can I just finish up real quick by talking about Conor Benn?
Go true. Do your thing, man.
Conor Benn. Sure. I heard people saying that Conor needs to wait for these guys to get old, wait for these guys to retire. I'm guessing they're talking about Porter, Thurman, Spence, those kind of guys. The problem with that position is that, to me, the next generation at that weight class is actually more savage than the generation that's right there that has not been fighting each other as much as we want, because obviously we haven't got the Terrence Crawford fight with Errol Spence Jr. When you look at who's in the division on the way up right now, the young dudes, right?
Yeah.
The young dudes at 147, you got Virgil Ortiz, okay?
Ennis.
Boots Ennis. You got Jamal James. I don't think he's ready for those guys right now either, to be perfectly honest with you. And you look at who the European champion is right now, I think Avanesian would give him a really good fight.
I think that's a scrap.
It really is.
That would be a good test. Or if he wants to make a splash in the United States and not really put himself at too much risk, I thought the name Adrian Broner, because Broner's got a big name. He still has a big following.
It's a lovely name.
Yeah. And I think that it's someone that Conor Benn could do very well against, because the problem with Broner, he just does not throw enough punches. He tries to
That's a great fight for Conor, you know.
It's true.
That's a great fight for Conor.
I think he could beat him, especially how Broner lived. He don't live the life.
That last Broner fight, yeah, it was sad because I thought the Can man was back, and I was just like, man, it was sad to see. Remember, he threw less punches and he still won. Listen, man, after God, thank Al Heyman, man.
Drop him up. Listen, we gotta ring the bell. Wait, let me say bye to these guys. Maestro, one more time, quickly plug the channel, bro. Plug that right now.
I got my little channel, but we're growing bit by bit. Thanks to guys like you, my man Ringside Reporter Joe Habib. He supported me as well. D-Style Boxing supported me too. I go live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern with my partner Kenny T. And we'll be talking about this weekend because it's crazy. We've got 5 different fight cards on 5 different platforms here in the United States. I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know how you're going to watch that, but you just got to take it in.
They're all on. It's crazy, and they really messed up by putting this fight on pay-per-view. I'm talking about Gambosis Jr. against the champ Teofimo Lopez. Big mistake to do that when you've got Inoue fighting for free. All right, when you
that's right. That's
all
right.
Sugar.
You got a lot of fights for free right now, and you matching that up with a pay-per-view that should not really be a pay-per-view. It's gonna flop, guys. I'm calling it.
All right. Well, we'll be watching anyway. Listen, Maestro, big up yourself. Thank you for coming on. Let me just say bye to you. Lineal, you do your lineal movements, fam. That's why you got that name from the beginning, fam.
Listen,
big up to you as well,
hold on.
bro.
I want to do one quick shout out. Yeah,
go for it.
One quick shout out. Listen, off the canvas, I had tears in my eyes because that comeback fight from off the canvas, it
was amazing. It was amazing.
Hell of a fighter.
He's a competitor.
Hell of a competitor, bro. They tried to bring him back, and he was
we
like,
love a comeback story in Britain. You know how we are, but
trust me.
Nah, big up yourself.
Love us always for Monday Night Smoke family, man. Take care,
easy, brother.
Come on, wicked.
Respect.
Look after yourself. Once again, let me get rid of that. I'm just want to say as well, listen, October Red's dropping stuff on her platform. She's silent in the chat, but on her platform, she's getting busy. So you lot know what to do. October Red Boxing, mad interviews. Literally, she's talking to the people in ways that they're just telling her stuff, bro. They're just giving it up. So you lot, make sure you do it. Go follow her. OTC, Off the Canvas, another platform. There's boxing platforms all over the place, and we should support them and show them love.
100%.
Big up yourselves.
100%.
Ring that damn bell, fam. Let's get out of here.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Wait till the episode drops on this Thursday, and we'll see you next week.